What's up, guys? It's Rafael here, and today we're gonna do What If Deku Had a Byakugan, Part 2. So without further ado, let's begin. So we start with Izuku's room, just thinking about what happened in the entrance exam. A week has passed, and he still hasn't gotten his letter. Until his mother, Inko, busted in his room, and with a panicked look on her face, she exclaimed that the letter from Yue has arrived. Izuku got nervous and opened it up. A hologram of All Might appeared and congratulated him. He said that All Might informed Izuku that Yue wasn't just looking for fighting robots, but also but people who are saving other people and being heroic. So he mentioned about hero points and such, and Izuku actually managed to get at least third place. Thanks to that. Not sure what score is, but yeah. Izuku was so ecstatic, and he told his mom. Inko was very happy, and they went out to eat. Let's do a little time skip. Izuku has now wore his uniform, said his mom goodbye, and went to UA High School. He got a little lost, but he eventually found his way and gone to the Class 1A door. He looked at it and was pretty confused of why they needed such a really big door. He just thought maybe it's for people who have gigantification quirks, like Mountain Lady. So he went in to see a blue-haired boy, the same blue-haired boy that lectured him, and Katsuki Bakugo, his rival / one-sided bullying. It was kind of one-sided bullying since Deku kind of pretty much ignored Bakugo from then on because his ego is too high for his own good. But this could be crushed soon. So Izuku went to his seat and just began reading his hero notes until a familiar brunette came up to him, said, I recognize that broccoli green hair anywhere. Thank you for saving me. As Izuku turned to see the same brunette that he had saved, Izuku said it was no problem. Yeah, it was no problem. As Uraka would say, I'm Ochaku Uraka. I hope we could be friends. But before she could finish that sentence, a sort of large caterpillar thing just walked into the classroom. The students began to freak out, wondering if it's a villain or a monster of some sort, until a man went out of it. He had black hair and pretty tired looking face. He introduced himself as Shota Aizawa, and he'll be their homeroom teacher. And then he continued that if you want to make friends, then leave. He then told them to wear these PE uniforms and go outside because they're going to do a quirk assessment test. Uraraka then asked why aren't they supposed to go to orientation. Aizawa turns to her and said that orientation would be useless for future heroes, and that future heroes like us don't have really time for these type of orientations. And he left. Little time skipped after they changed and such. Mineta still gets stung by Jiro. So yeah. Aizawa said then pulled out a softball and tossed it to Bakugo, who caught it. Aizawa then said, "Alright, you had gone first place in the entrance exam. Now, how many meters could you throw the softball in middle school?" I forgot what the numbers are, so I'm just going to put a random number, okay? Byakugan said 45 meters, which Aizawa nodded and told him to get into the circle and throw it using his quirk. Byakugan wind up his fist and threw the ball using his explosion quirk while yelling, "Die!" or "Shine!" which landed a good 700 plus meters, which 600 to 700 meters. And Mina then, a girl with pink hair with yellow horns on her head, then said, "Wow, this looks like fun." A guy with yellow hair then agreed with her, and so did a guy with red hair. Aizawa then turns to them and says, "Oh, so this is gonna be fun, eh? Well, let's do this. The last person who gets the lowest score will get expelled." Most of the people got a bit worried until again Uraraka said, "Isn't that unfair, Mr. Aizawa, sir?" I'm sorry. Forget the lines wrong. I'm think I'm going to rewatch the Mijay series when I get back. Aizawa then turns to Uraraka and said, "Oh, so you think this could be fair, huh? Unfairness isn't really there, to be honest. Oh, so you think natural disasters are fair and villains killing innocent people is fair? No, it's a hero's job to combat the unfairness. Now go." Uraraka then nods, understanding that life isn't really fair after all. As they all got their scores ready, for which Izuku got a pretty good score in the physical parts, while using his quirk or the Byakugan. He got pretty good too. He got pretty good physical scores. So when they all came, if Deku was in 6th place because of his good physical capabilities and such. But oh crap! I forgot the ball. I'm sorry. It was time for. Oh yeah, I forgot. In a little note over here, Deku can't exactly use all the Hyuga moves. All right, he can only, as far as I could know, he can only cancel quirks out with with hand-to-hand combat, or kind of like being a Tai Li of sorts. And he could use, but he has some traits. So he has some stuff that kind of refers to Hyuga, like the Hyuga flying style, the trigrams, and yeah, etc. etc. Now, so yeah. But Bakugo didn't really try to hit or attack Deku because, he knew about his quirk and such. So yeah. Now let's do a little time skip again. So Izuku was walking to the train station to go back to his house until suddenly he saw someone walking to him, and which is Tanya Ida, or aka the blue-haired boy that with glasses that tried to stop Izuku. Ida then apologizes for his behavior, and he and Izuku began to talk and such, until Uraraka joined into the conversation and asked if they're going to the train too. This time, Uraraka didn't mistake Deku as for being Deku because Bakugo didn't come charging right at him. So they had a little conversation and said their goodbyes. Time skip again. Okay. They're all in their classroom until they heard really loud footsteps coming. Yeah, this is another time skip. The door then busts down to reveal All Might, the #1 hero All Might, in his Silver Age costume, which a lot of people fanboyed and fangirled about. All Might then told them about the Heroes vs. Villains activity, which was pretty cool. He then got a remote and pushed the button and to reveal all their hero costumes that they have designed, which was pretty cool for them. And this time, Izuku has a different hero costume, which I'm going to reveal now. Oh yeah, warning for all the Naruto fans who already watched the Shippuden after the war arc. Yep, it's Neji. Yep, sorry for all the Naruto fans out there. Yep, his costume is gonna be directed to Neji, but instead of shorts, he's wearing pants. All right. I may have to edit this picture later, but this is not my art. This is not my art, and the artist is not unknown. So yeah. Now let's continue with the heroes versus villains. All Might then makes up the teams. The teams will be as the same as in canon. So let us begin. Thank you very much. Now let's go. So Izuku and Uraraka made a little plan, which I'm not going to spoil yet. So let's do a little time skip and go. Deku then looks up to Uraraka and said, Izuku looks back at Uraraka and said, "Are you ready for plan, Uraraka-san?" Which Uraraka nodded, and which she ran across the building. Deku then thought, Bakugo's going no, wait, that's illegal. That's illegal. Deku then thought, Kajan is definitely going for me. So it's best to leave Uraraka-san to Ida. I should better get ready in my position, so if he comes. As Deku then blank. And I'm not going to say it because, yeah, that'll spoil all the fun. So when Bakugo comes, he was shouting Deku's name and telling him to come out, you coward. He was telling him to come out, you useless Deku. Deku then see an opening in Bakugo's and went to charge up to him. In silent footsteps. Yes. Deku then tried to take off one of Bakugo's gauntlets because he can't really hit a chakra point in Bakugo's arm, and took out a gauntlet because one, it's going to be harder for him to fight Bakugo with his gauntlets on, and he can't really turn off his quirk or something like that. And a little thing from Deku. As a little bonus for Deku, while Deku had the Byakugan, I gave him dun chi blocking. Yes, because why not? It would be a pretty powerful combination, and it would be pretty good to be honest. So let's go. Bakugo felt that he can't move his arm, which he got angry at Deku and tried to charge at him with the explosion. Deku then blocked the explosion by using another by dodging and by blocking and touching another or punching another or blocking another chakra point. Yeah, blocking another chakra point. This time on Bakugo's wrist. He then went behind Bakugo and used chi blocking on his shoulders, like Ty Lee did to Katara in her first appearance in one of her first battle appearances. Bakugo saw that he could move his other arm, which he got his arm and charged up to Deku, and they began battle. But Deku had more of an advantage because Bakugo can't really move his arms, to be honest. So Deku went on and continued chi blocking Bakugo until Bakugo then tried his best to move the gauntlet on his face. But Bakugo then told Deku about he's been storing sweat in one of his gauntlets, and if he pulls his plug, it'll explode. When Bakugo tried to pull the pin, he was struggling a bit, but it was a few seconds. Deku then ran up to Bakugo, and he was about to strike. Deku punched him in the stomach, punched him in the ribs, kind of like Tanjiro did to Inosuke. Bakugo felt a crack in his ribs, and he was sent flying back to a wall. And he dropped his face off the gauntlet. Bakugo, a thump was heard and a grunt. Deku looked at Bakugo, who was now passed out because of the impact. Deku put capture tape on Bakugo and went to find Uraraka. He then saw Uraraka trying to fend off Ida, and Ida reciprocal burst Uraraka, and she hit a wall. Deku and Ida began in a combat fight. Sure, Ida had his speed, but Deku also had his agility and fast reflexes. He was dodging a lot. He was also tiring Ida out. He was also tiring himself a bit because, people have limitations. So when Ida was about to charge at him, Izuku dodged and used the 8 trigrams, 64 palms, even though it might not be as effective, but it would at least do some damage, as he thought. He then did 4 trigrams, 8 trigrams, 16 trigrams, 32 trigrams, 64 trigrams, and punched Ida and Ida was sent flying back to a wall. Ida was now a bit paralyzed because he was still experiencing some pain. The world shall know pain to come. Izuku then ran up to Ida and put capture tape on him. After that, All Might then said that heroes now win, which was quite a surprise. And that'll be it for today, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to, of course. And yeah. Thank you all for watching. This was Ellie signing off. Bye bye!